Welcome to Wisdom Wednesdays. Do you ever think it's too late to do what you really want? Well, sometimes you're forced into changing paths, like an athlete who sustains an injury, can't get back into their game, or if you've been fired from a job, or I prefer the term being let go. But other times you have a real instinct about a product or service. You seem to understand something better than anyone else. Maybe people tell you you really have a talent for something, but you wonder if it would be irresponsible to do something about it at this point in your life. Well, who says it's too late? I like 3 stories from the world of food about Ray Kroc, Julia Child, and Colonel Sanders. Take Ray Kroc. When you think that he was 52 when he opened up his first restaurant. Until then, he'd been a jazz pianist, a real estate salesman. He sold paper cups. In fact, it was in his 40s that he switched to distributing the multi-mixer, which was a blender that could create 5 milkshakes at the same time. And that's when he wanted to meet the McDonald brothers, because Ray was curious about what kind of operation would need 8 of them. So Ray moved from being their first franchisee of the McDonald Brothers system to buying them out. And he was about to turn 60 years of age. Julia Child was 49 when she co-wrote her first cookbook. We know, Mastering the Art of French Cooking. She'd actually started in New York as an advertising copywriter. Then during the war, she worked as a top secret researcher at the Office of Strategic Services, which is the precursor of the CIA. By the way, she couldn't join the Army or Navy because of her height at 6'2". It's said that her first foray into cooking might have been when she was asked to create a concoction to sprinkle in the water to repel curious sharks who were setting off the OSS's underwater explosives. Well, her recipe worked, and in fact, it's still in use today. So following the war, she developed her love of cooking. And after promoting her cookbook by making an omelet on TV, she began her award-winning cooking show that lasted a decade, The French Chef. And she started that show at 51. Toujours bon appétit. Then there's the Colonel. He tried his hand at many jobs before going into the restaurant business. Farmhand, a streetcar conductor, insurance salesman, railroad fireman, ferry boat operator, tire salesman. He even became a lawyer via correspondence course. It was when Harlan was a franchisee owner of a Shell gas station that he started selling food. He set up a kitchen table outside of his station to help make ends meet. Well, that moved on to becoming a cafe across the street, where he sold his pressure-cooked fried chicken with its recipe of herbs and spices. Ultimately, he moved into managing a large motel restaurant, but that went sour when the new interstate highway diverted its flow of traffic. So he had to sell it at age 62. He took his first Social Security check at 65. But then he decided to get back on the road, sometimes sleeping in his car, to try and convince restaurants to serve his chicken. So at 65, he was trying to sign up franchisees. All the time his wife was at home hand packing the secret blend of herbs and spices in order to ship out to them. So I like how Ray Kroc, Julia Child, and Colonel Sanders didn't think a career change was ever too late. And in their 50s and 60s, they still had the fire in their belly to go after what they wanted. So do you have something that you'd really like to do at whatever age you are? Don't let what seems normal stop you. Think about what you're missing and what the world might be missing if you don't make your dream come true.